Hello, my YouTube friends! I haven't looked at Restream in quite a while, and it is 2024, and a lot may or may not have been updated for it. So today I want to take a look at the entire platform, show you all the things that it can do, and show you how easy or not easy it is to use. So you know what? We've got a lot to get to, so let's get to it! Now I'm going to look at all the free features in Restream and talk a little bit about the pricing structure if you did want to upgrade it. There is a link down below in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Like I said, a lot of it is totally free, so don't hesitate to click that link and check it out for yourself. Why wait any longer? Let's take a look at what Restream is in 2024. Sign-in is super easy. All you need is an email address. You guys have signed into lots of stuff before, so I don't really need to go through that. Here's what you get when you come in here. Over on the far left, you've got your home, events. So if you have any scheduled events and then any past events that were in there, you could take a look at those as well. You can create an event right here. Then you have your video storage. You can see free, you get 3 uploads for stored videos, and then you can also have recordings. You can record your live streams automatically. You can upgrade your account to download them or anything like that. You can also record even when you're not live. Upgrading is the only way to really access that sort of stuff. And then teams. Pretty cool stuff. You can add someone else to help you manage your stream. As you can see, even on the free account, you can have one seat beyond your own main seat. If we go down here, you've got access to some analytics, the help center, you've got information about your account, and then you can go into settings or billings. So settings are just going to be a bunch of different things that you could set up. You've got your account, your password, your billing, your payments, your streaming setup right here. So this is the information that you would use in order to set up to stream from here if you're using OBS and Zoom or anything like that. I'll show you how that works in a minute. You got your email settings, your social accounts, so you can have alerts sent to these locations, that sort of stuff. And of course your branding, you can add this stuff, but of course you have to upgrade at least to the standard plan in order to add your own branding. So that's all the stuff over here on the left. Down here, you've got 2 different ways to live stream. You've got your stream with the studio, which I'm going to cover big time in the rest of this video, but let's look at this right here. Now with this, you can add 2 active accounts, and what that means is I could stream to YouTube and Twitch or YouTube and Rumble or whatever. I can have 2 free ones right here. All I have to do is add channels and turn them on. Basically how you do this is instead of streaming to YouTube or something in OBS, all you're going to do is add this in as your streaming location right there, and you're going to add this as your stream key, and then when you go live in OBS, it will stream right here. And then what will happen is Restream will stream this to the locations that you have listed here. In this case, I have YouTube, but I could add Rumble or Twitch or anything else just by adding a channel right here. And you can see you could pretty much add any channel you want. So that means I'd be streaming to 2 locations at the same time just by streaming right here in OBS using this information. You can also aggregate the chats for both. So I would get my YouTube and my Rumble chat right here. And I can actually put the chat overlay in my OBS by clicking on here and using the chat copy launch stuff. You can even change the settings for some of the chat right here. This would be what a Restream was originally known for. They were known for being able to stream here, and then it would stream to multiple destinations for you, so your actual internet connection doesn't have to get stressed by it. And it works very well. They've been doing this for years. If you want to multi-stream and you don't have a great internet connection, this is definitely the way to go. They were the first ones to do it, and it works really well. Now we're going to go over the stream with Studio in a moment, but let's take a look at scheduling events. So you can schedule an event in Restream Studio, schedule an event that you would do to multi-stream using their RTMP that I just showed you. You can actually just stream a video file or a video playlist. So video file, you just import your video from YouTube or from the computer, and playlist is pretty cool. Basically, you could load a bunch of videos in here and play them as a playlist in rotation. And you could do it vertical or horizontal. And there's a tutorial right here that you could check out if you want to learn more. Very, very cool. I think this is a neat feature. I'm sure that parts of that feature are not free, so just keep that in mind as well. You can record video and audio right here, and this is upload streams and videos, and it's basically just your video file or your playlist like we saw when you were scheduling an event. Record audio and video does the same kind of thing. So I could actually set everything up to record right here instead of having to use OBS or whatever you're using to record. I don't know why you would do this, but it is an option. Maybe you're using a cell phone and you just want to record it to the cloud or something. Then that makes sense. So that's all of the settings that you've got right there. And you can edit your destinations or add destinations right here. I can add channels and turn them on or off, however I want to do it. And as you can see, for free, you get 2. So let's go into our Restream Studio. So obviously we've got to allow the camera access right here. Use camera, use microphone, allow. And then we can select the camera that we want. You've got your name right here in settings. So we're going to go into video and we're going to go ahead and get the camera that we want. And we can select which one we want, high def or the standard. We'll just use the 720 for now. Obviously you can see that it is mirrored. So I'm going to unmirror it so we can actually see what we want. I'm going to move my microphone out of the way here. There we go. And we can go into audio, set that up to whatever we want as well. And you can see the little green line shows you that it's working. And then you're going to want to put your headphones in here. And you've got a couple other options down here as well. We can set up a virtual background here. It gives you a little warning just in case you have a machine that's not very fast. This could cause problems. We could turn it on and we could key out if we're using a green screen or something like that. We can add backgrounds and it will automatically remove our background, as you can see. And you can see the kind of results you're going to get if you were to do something like this. You can upload images or whatever you want right here if you wanted to change your background to something else. We're going to run it without a changing background right here. You can also mess with shortcuts to mute microphones, your cameras, and this will allow you to set it up with your Stream Deck as well. So if you put in a hotkey here, that means you can map that hotkey to a Stream Deck or something like that and be able to control this stuff right from here. So now that we're all set up, we've got our name, we're going to go ahead and enter the studio. Over on the left, you automatically have the invite guests. You just copy this link, send it to the people that you want, and they can join your stream. Down here you can stream in landscape or you could stream in vertical. It will automatically kind of give you the adjustment in order to make everything fit. Private chat is going to be chat with anyone that you have already added as a guest. So you're going to be able to privately chat with them with text, so it doesn't have to go out on the stream. Down here you've got your microphone and your camera. You can obviously turn off your camera. It'll just show the icon right there. You can mute your microphone. It will tell you that it's muted up here. Right here you can share your screen. So you've got audio available just by clicking this. So whatever tab or screen you share, you can share the audio with that. You obviously have your Chrome. You can go with a window so you can share out any of the windows that you already have open on your computer. Or you could share an entire screen. So if I wanted to share that, I could go ahead and do that. You see it's grayed out over here. If I go ahead and click here, it adds it right in. So we can mess around with this and I can just drag it to decide which one I want. I can also change up everything like that. So it's really, really easy to set this up. Obviously, all these little dots over here would be other people that are joining you, and you can flop screens just like that with any of those people as well. So that works pretty nice. We can stop sharing just by clicking stop sharing right there. It'll disappear over on the side. Right here gives you another way to invite guests. We have add sources right here, so we can add an extra camera. So I could go ahead and add my Insta360. You can select what the definition is, mirror the camera, and basically add it right there. And boom, my camera is added. And you could turn it on and off. We can shift these back and forth just like that. It works just like adding a guest. So there we go. We could shift that stuff back and forth. We can put it up like this. And so the extra cameras and that sort of stuff work just like adding a guest. You'll also notice on the free account, I was able to add a second camera. I could probably add a third camera if I want. So it doesn't look like there's any particular limitation on adding cameras even on a free account. You can add a presentation. You can have a stored video. So I can upload a video here. This is just a stinger transition that I would generally use in OBS, but you can see I can have up to 3 uploads. Obviously they have to be smaller than 250 for the free account. Delete it right there. I can just add it in right there, and here we go. It just plays the door stinger. It's just a standard video. It'll play it and then it'll remove it, which is pretty nice. You can add this one. It will still play it and remove it just like that. So that's storage video, but I can add a local video from my thing. So this is where I could just add this one right there, and as you can see, it's going to add that video in right here. I can move it around, and then I can even play the stored video like that. So you only have the space limitation when you're storing a video from them in the cloud. So this one, you have the 250 limitation, but with this one, you don't have any. You could go to an RTMP source, so you could bring in a source from somebody else's stream or something like that. And then you have background music where you could choose different background music that you want to play. You could see some of this stuff is available as part of an upgrade, but some of it isn't, like this chill hop and that sort of stuff. So if it has a little crown, it's a part of a paid tier, but there are a couple in here that are free. You can also mouse over any of these and go ahead and select this. It will maximize each one. Let's go over here, and if we hit the brand folder, you could set up new brands. So this would be if you have 2 or 3 different channels and you live stream on each channel and you want the branding to be different, you can change it up. Right here is the design. So you could change your logo. You could see I had a paid one on here at some point, and I was able to put my custom logo in here. We can change our primary colors, and we can adjust the themes to rounded. The theming comes in handy when you have your labels turned on. Right now mine aren't turned on. So you've got overlays that you could set up to show different stuff in your top corners. There are some free ones here. So that's what those look like. And these are video clips that will run over top of your videos, that sort of stuff. So you can do countdowns and everything else at the beginning of the stream. If you want to, you just click on it to show it, click on it to hide it. This is your backgrounds, and they have lots of these that are, you know, able to be changed up. And these are all free, obviously, if I'm using them. So there you go. You could change up the background to whatever you want. And if we remove the cameras, you can kind of get a better look at what those look like. And they have lots of them, and you can upload your own, but you obviously have to upgrade. This is one that I uploaded way back when. In captions, we can select captions to put on screen like this. If you wanted to create some overlays to put captions on the screen, you can do that. You can add tickers. So this would be just the social stream stuff down here at the bottom. You can create your own very simply. You just click on them to show them, and then you click on them to hide them. Super awesome captions. I really like it. QR codes. So you could do a QR code for donations, that sort of stuff. It'll show it or hide it right there. You could create your own. I like the fact that you could just use the code or the code with the image. You can add your own. If you wanted to do a live sale kind of thing to promote products, it's very, very cool. There are 2 different ways that this can be shown as well, which I think is, you know, this is really neat stuff. I like it. It's an awesome way to monetize your live stream. You've got the music function right here on the side as well, and then you've got your chat. So when your chats are coming in, you can select any of the chats. It will show up on screen right here. You can add the chat overlay to your live stream, so it will show the chat as it comes in like that if you want. Now, obviously, this makes the screen a heck of a lot smaller over here when you've got your chat. And so, you know, you got to decide whether that's what you want to do or not. But it is nice if you're multi-streaming to be able to show the chat for all of the different streams that you're doing, so people know when you're responding to something, oh, that's happening over on Facebook or whatever. That's always nice. So that's all the stuff that's going on over here. Now, I didn't add a guest here as an example because I didn't have anyone readily available to add, but they add exactly the same as what you see over here. So all you have to do is click the on and off for them to appear, and you're good to go. You can control the volume of them right here, and you can even mute them by just clicking on here. So you could do that with any of your guests. You can add them to your stream, you can remove them from your stream, and you can move them around just like this. And then you can obviously choose the different layouts and all that sort of stuff. It's really, really simple to add and remove guests. It's just like adding and removing any of the other elements that I already showed you. We can just go up here and go live. It's going to live stream to here. We can set it up to record if we want to. And that is pretty much the basics of it. Let's touch a little bit on the pricing. Here's the pricing structure. And if you go month to month, obviously they're more expensive. The annual is lower. So you see it's 19 bucks a month. But if you go annual, it's 16. I'm pretty sure you guys could figure this out. The numbers are right there. But basically you can remove the watermark with standard, and you can stream up to 5 channels and store 5 files. You get a lot more storage. It unlocks Facebook pages and groups, which is one thing that people actually complain about being able to stream to quite often. I can't stream to Facebook. Well, you can to your main page, but going to groups and that sort of stuff is difficult. But with Restream, you can easily do it. And then you can record streams up to 6 hours. The standard is really nice. Just removing that watermark is pretty much awesome. The main reason why you might want to go with the professional package, which of course is $41 a month or $49 if you're going to pay for it monthly. You get to stream to more channels, but the main thing here is that you can stream in full HD. You can store 10 files. You get a bigger video size. You can record longer streams, and you can do looping videos. Once you get into premium, you're storing more videos and that sort of stuff, but really, if you're going to do that, you got to probably be more interested in the team setup so that you can add other people. The other thing that's nice about the premium is, of course, being able to add streams from third parties. And I think that's really cool, but it's also much more advanced. And I just can't see a lot of people using those features unless they own a business and they're really trying to streamline certain activities. So you're probably talking about standard and professional for most of my viewers, and it's just a matter of whether you want to be able to stream in HD or not. Honestly, most people are watching this stuff on a cell phone anyways, so I'm not sure it really matters, but some people just want to stream in HD, and with the professional plan you can. I don't think the prices are unreasonable when you compare them to other streaming services out there like StreamYard and EVMux. The one thing that I like that they did change up in their pricing structure, it used to be that you couldn't remove the watermark until you paid for professional, and I love the fact that they understand that some people just want to remove the watermark and they're willing to pay a low fee to just remove the watermark. So I love the fact that they moved that to the lowest tier. I think it shows that they're actually listening to their users. It offers a lot of really, really cool features, and it's super easy to use. My personal opinion, I really like Restream. It has so many awesome features, and it's really addictive just to move stuff around the screen. I think it's so much fun to use, and I personally recommend it if you're going to use a browser-based live streaming service. I also think it's awesome to multi-stream with Restream, as opposed to trying to do it directly from OBS. You get all of the awesome OBS stuff that you could possibly ever want, because you can configure it however you want, but you don't have to worry about the actual connection speed problem. So it's a really good option if you don't have a great connection for live streaming, but you do want to multi-stream. Are there features of Restream that I didn't show that you think I should have shown? Let me know down in the comments. Also, if you're using a browser-based live streaming tool, which one do you like? Let me know that. I'd really want to know. And if you want to see my breakdown on what StreamYard can do in 2024, check this video out right here. And of course, if you have a question about anything I talked about today, you can join me on my live stream. They happen every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can ask your questions there. I look forward to seeing you. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.